Hey, what's up everybody? Kyle Buckland here with the Artful Souls. I want to take a look at laying in some big bold shapes and how to keep our shapes big and bold in spite of all this information in a detailed scene. So you see at the creek here, I've got my scene sketched out here. And what I want to do is I've got some of these darks laid in with my initial drawing, so I want to look at the lighter areas for a second. So for the sky, I'm going to mix up a nice warm, light creamy tone, a little bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of cadmium yellow light, a little bit of cadmium red light, and white. And I want to go ahead and put this color in back here where I want it to hit all these little areas of sky coming through the trees. So if we get this established, now we want to echo this color down here in the water because what we're getting is the reflection of that color. That's the sky color. And it's going to be a little darker in the reflection in spots and a little lighter actually in some areas. So, but generally it's very close to the same tone, so we can use a similar tone right now. So this is what I'm talking about, keeping your tones simple. Don't overcomplicate things in the beginning. There'll be times for later on for mixing lots of different tones, but in these early stages, the more simple, the better. I can't stress this enough. For example, this rock over here to the left of the scene has lots of different types of warms and cools in it, but I'm just going to mix up kind of a general cool gray here with ultramarine blue and going back into that warmer tone that we mixed. And I'm just going to kind of put this in. Now I don't want to get this too dark, so I'm going to add a little bit of white to it, a little bit more ultramarine blue. And then real quick, just kind of lay this in as a kind of a flat tone. So I could get tempted and enticed to paint all those different tones that are in that rock right now, but I can come back and add them later as we progress. So that's what I'm talking about. In this stage, it's really important that you just simplify things. And I know it's going to look weird for a little while because, you know, obviously you're not giving the viewer all of the information in the early stages of the painting. But eventually you'll come back and we'll get enough information in there to make things make sense. So I want to come in and mix kind of a green, use ultramarine blue and yellow ochre, and a little touch of burnt sienna to tone it down just a little bit. And I want to lay in this green right along the bank here. There's some nice mossy covered rocks that have this kind of a warm green tone. But again, I'm not getting in there and drawing all the rocks, just the tone. I'm going to add a little bit of phthalo blue to this to kick it over towards the bluish green side of things, and just start to suggest some of this foliage on these rhododendron bushes here along the creek bank. So again, you can see we can echo some of that color down here in the reflections. But I'm not getting in and painting all of these different you know, leaves and sticks and stones and all this stuff. I'm just kind of keeping things real simple. We can do the same thing with this little bit of blue. Down at the bottom, there's just a touch of blue that sneaks in there. So we use a little bit of phthalo blue and ultramarine blue for this, and then just kind of bring this tone up into that lighter tone with kind of some zigzagging brushwork to suggest some of the different types of reflections and the movement that's going on down in the bottom. So we can come back and do some bigger shapes too for the trees, but you get the idea here. I mean, I'm basically just keeping things very bold and very simple at this stage in the painting. So I know it doesn't look you know, very finished, but that's because it's not. And I always tell people, don't try to finish your painting before it's time to finish it. There'll be a time at the end for details and for breaking up these big shapes, but in the very early stages, we want to try to keep things, again, big and bold and simple, and then later we can come back and break them up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, or also if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, be sure to subscribe and check out the links in the description. I've got a brand new full-length 3-hour video coming out. Well, it's already out through Streamline Publishing, called Courageous Color, and it's a lot of information packed into that one video. So be sure to check that out and stay tuned, and I'll see you soon in some more videos. Thanks for watching.